Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to make a video going over how I got on Love Island, what my process was like, and then how to help you with your application and how you can apply and just, better your chances of getting on the show. So first, my process, like my story of how all of this happened. I'm sitting in my apartment one day in New York. I was working in New York at the time at an advertising agency, and I'm going through my DMs on Instagram, and at the time I had roughly 30,000 followers just from some of my modeling stuff that I was doing. And I go to my DMs and I see a DM from Mike Rose LA, and he messaged me and was like, hey, would you be interested in doing this reality TV show called Love Island? I still have the DM from him too. It's so funny to look at. And I respond back and I was like, hey, reality TV is not for me. And he messaged me back and was like, I think you should give it a chance, maybe watch some episodes, and then get back to me. And I was like, is this spam? Is this real? I was like, and then I was also kind of like, I could use something like this. This could be cool if this is real. So I started looking into it more. I had Hulu at the time, so I started watching the UK season, and I was like, okay, I kind of like this. And it was funny because, this casting started, probably, 6 months before the show even started. It was last winter time, and, the show didn't air till summer. So I was still, dating people at the time, and, one guy came to pick me up for a date and saw me watching the UK show and was like, are you watching Love Island? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, are you thinking of going on it? And I was like, I don't know, maybe. And it was so funny because he was like, oh, that's awkward. I don't know, but it was just funny. And so I pick up a call from Mike. Finally, I gave him my number and I was like, give me a call. I watched some of the UK episodes and, I liked it. I thought it was fun, it's kind of lighthearted. I was like, okay, I have such a funny personality. I would actually be perfect for this. So Mike calls me and we're talking and he's like, I told you I literally can't make a YouTube video without kneeing my desk. It's probably because I have a spinny chair and I just keep moving around in it. So we're having a call and I'm on the phone with him and he's just giving me the basics of it and where it's gonna be. Actually, they didn't tell me where it's gonna be. I just made that up. He just was telling me all about what it is and getting a feel for me. So he asked me right away how old am I? What do I do for work? Tell me about some dates I've been on lately or what my dating life is like, what kind of guys I'm interested in, and he was the first person that kind of gets a feel for you, and then he pushes you on to the next person that you'll speak with. So I then did a Skype FaceTime with a woman who kind of will brief you. It doesn't have to be one, male or woman, but this next person will brief you over Skype and clip together good parts of a conversation and then send it to the producers, and then they will decide who they want to bring in and try to meet with, and then who they'll push on to the finals, and then the owners of the show will be picking the people that they'll use. So there's so many different rounds. A lot of people are oh, I got DM'd about this or DM'd about that. Just because you get DM'd does not mean you are going on the show. It's a process. So that's why I want to tell you guys a little bit about what it's like so you understand what you're getting into. It's not an overnight thing oh, I got asked to be on this show, so I'm gonna go. No, it's a process of interviews and answering questions, and it's kind of high pressure. So if you don't do well under pressure, I don't know if it's going to be the best thing for you. Just go into it prepared, and that's what I want you to be able to do. That way you have the best chance. So then the woman that I'm Skyping with to check to see what she thought of me, I originally had a white t-shirt on because I like wearing white, and she was like, no, you need to put color on. I want you to stand out. So I went and put this bright royal blue tank top on, and she was like, okay, that's perfect. She made me adjust the lighting in my apartment to make sure you could see me because it was really dark. I didn't understand lighting at all. I just was like, hi, I'm Elizabeth. So I did that, and then I had found out that I made it to the next round, and I had 2 British men Skype me, and they just thought I was a hoot and a half. They thought I was a riot. I was telling them the funniest dating stories ever. I just was holding nothing back, and that's what they want to see. They really want to see your personality. So just bring a ton of energy and be completely yourself. If you're putting on some kind of act, they're gonna know. They're gonna be okay, eventually they'll be this doesn't seem right, and that's not you. You want to be picked for you, and if you're going on a dating show, you're gonna want someone to like you for you. So just completely be yourself, and give, you know, like a lot of yourself to them on camera, because also being on camera takes away a lot of your energy. Like not as much energy shows through on camera. So, you know, be like super upbeat and come with stories ready to go, come with facts about yourself, like things you've done in your life, like things you work on, you know, like basically you're telling them what makes you unique and like why you would be a good fit for the show, you know? And then you also want to tell them like why you want to go, you know, like are you trying to find love? Are you trying to have a fun summer dating? Like give them reasons of like why this is a good fit for you, per se. So the actual process, you can message Mike Rose LA and his I'll link below on Instagram and be like, hey, can we set up a call, and reach out to him and see what he thinks. He's a caster. Or you can go to cbs.com/casting and fill out the app they have. So I think it's basic questions like birthday, occupation. There's like a fun fact area. I looked this up so I would know to tell you. And you have to be ages 18 through 29, single. That's another thing. Some of you people are DMing me being like, do I actually have to be single? Or like, do I have to date someone? Like, yeah, you have to be single to go on Love Island. Like if you're trying to find love in a relationship, you can't go there being in a relationship. And don't try to fake it, because these recruiters will know. I remember last year, I saw some girls posting on their stories about like making it to finals or like next rounds, and I was like, don't you have a boyfriend? Like I was so confused. But anyways, so please do this if you're single. Don't try to like pull a fast one on them, because they'll know. And also don't post. That's the whole fun thing about this too, is like no one knows who the cast is going to be for next year. Like people like it to be a surprise. Like that's why it's so fun to watch and see the cast drop, is you don't know who it's going to be. So if you're going through the process, don't tell people. I've already heard like random things, you know, going around about anything. Like you don't know anything yet, and like neither do they. They have made no decisions yet. So, you know, keep it to yourself and let it be a surprise for everyone, because it's so much more fun that way. And I think too, like you could get pulled if you were like posting about it or telling too many people and it gets out, then like I'm pretty sure like they'll just pick someone new. That way it's a surprise, because that's like what makes the show so fun. You also need a US passport to do it. Also in the finals week, like you go through a lot of examinations. You take a really long like written test. You meet with a psychologist that has to clear you. You have to do like a bikini shoot. Like they have to just know that you're comfortable, you know, with your body and putting yourself out there like that, because I mean you are on an island in a swimsuit the entire time on camera, so they just kind of like test the waters with that. And you see other people there, but don't psych yourself out. Like I saw a bunch of girls in the room that I was taking like a test in and was like, oh my gosh, why are they gonna pick me? And then I was like, you know what, no, that's so stupid. I am so unique and so fun. And if I don't get picked, then I wasn't right for it anyways, you know? So you just have to really remember like what you bring to the table and let that really shine through, and be confident in yourself. And, you know, like believe in yourself, like believe like I am great for this. Otherwise, like, why are you even applying? But yeah, I really hope that if any of you are watching this and thinking about applying and doing it and like taking it really seriously as like, you know, really trying to make it on, then you like understand like what I'm trying to convey across. And like message me any questions. Like I'm totally answering to opening like any of the answers for them and letting you know. Just like leave me a comment below, send me a message on Instagram. Some of you message me some weird stuff too, like do I actually have to date someone after the show? Like no, you can do whatever you want. It's a dating show. If you want to break up with someone, you can break up with someone. Like they don't make you do anything, like, but like you are going on a show to date people, so like it's not that you have to date people, but otherwise it's like, why are you going? It's a dating show. Be smart, people. Oh, and the cutoff date to apply online, it said March 20th. So, and you submit a 2 to 3 minute little video too. So, you know, do something just like natural, show your personality a little, bring energy, bring confidence, and, you know, just tell them like why you'd be an awesome fit. And I'm sure you'll do really great. Thank you so much for watching this video. I know I kept it kind of short, but there's not like a whole lot to it other than like completely be yourself. Like don't put on an act or try to be something you're not. And like, and then again, like my whole process was pretty easy. Like it just moved along, and like I was working at the time, so I wasn't like, this wasn't the only thing that I had in my life like going for me, you know, I had other things going on. Like that's another thing, like don't do this because you're like, oh, I quit my job, like, so I want to do this. Like, that's not what they're looking for. That's not like why you should do something like this either. Like, you should be working on other things in your life and then saying like, oh, this would be fun as like an extension to do, you know? Otherwise you just like don't have the right motive for doing it. Like, you should be good with your life how it is. And I'm so excited to see next year's cast too. Like, I'm wondering what kind of people they're gonna pick, all the different personalities that are gonna come through. I'm excited to see like all the people that end up like coupling up together. I'm sure I'm gonna follow along the whole time, but I'm like so excited to see this new cast. I like wish I could go like help CBS like pick new people out and be like, they'd be perfect for TV. They would be perfect. I could see this person finding love. Like, oh. Oh, I also, totally random, when I was talking to one of the producers, it's like a fluffy thing, when I was talking to one of the producers, she was asking me about my type, I legit sent her a collage of probably like 30 different boys' Instagrams being like, I find this guy attractive, and it was really funny, and she was like, I see your type now, and I was like, yeah, like, you get it. And it was so funny because I was describing my type, but then once I really sent all the pictures, they were like, oh wow, like, you legit have a type. And I was like, I know. So they were worried I wouldn't like anybody on the show, but obviously I did. But so funny. So just like come ready with like answers to those kind of questions, you know, like why you want to do it, what makes you good, what's your dating life like, what's your work life like, what's your everyday life like they're gonna ask you all of those kind of questions. So make sure you have, you know, fun stories and can really bring your personality through. Well, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it gave you some, wow, I just knocked my desk and it changed the color of my light. I really hope it gave you some insight on what my process was like, what you can do to make yours better. I really hope you guys all apply too. It'll be so fun. Like, it was an awesome experience, and like I would do it all over again any day. Like, it was so fun, and I really can't wait, and I wish you guys the best of luck. And thank you so much for watching. Remember to subscribe to my channel, leave me a like, a comment below. All questions, like, I got you. I will link the casting link and Mike's Instagram link down low. Yeah. Thank you guys.